Shalom to Israel, to the hopeful to Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, Haitians, born this show look like the other nations scattered across the four corners of the earth. Want to give all praise to Barak, Rawchaa. Got to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash, name of the Heavenly Father, who everybody ignorantly calls God. His true name in the last one. His true name, which is the ancient Hebrew, his true name is Yahawah. Bahasham means in the name of. Yahawashi is the Holy One of Israel. Everybody ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, the so-called Negro from the tribe of Judah, who was slain at the foundations of the earth for the salvation of the elect of Israel. Then you got 2/3 of the wicked Israelites here in America, Babylon the Great. Then other wicked Israelites scattered across the four corners of the earth that'll come back to the loins of the elect after the destruction. The Rawchaa Qadash is the Holy Spirit that has been bestowed upon the men. The Heavenly Father gave his only begotten Son out of the world to complete this work. So we always want to give double honors to those and apostles, great millstone, led us all to this truth. Been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all also part of the elect, to the hopeful elect. Lord, when we part of that number, Lord, when it's be able to find those who fear in the name of the Lord, striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah 3:5, it is not slack. 2 Peter 3:9, unto a ring. 2 chapter 5, verse 42. Shalom, nice to say believers out there tuning in here and on after Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash, Barak. We're going to get into some various end-time lessons, various end-time topics. And before we get into that, I want to mention something that was brought to my attention because when I first came into the truth, I was kind of new to like making a page on YouTube. It was my first time making a page and stuff. And I just want to mention something just because it's been brought to my attention. And like when you come on your page, I didn't know that this little banner right here where it says your name, it says like @ and then it says like your name. I didn't know that that pops up every time you send a message. So I just put Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi on there because I thought like, that was just I just put the names of the Lord there. I didn't know that it popped up every time I messaged somebody. And I didn't even realize it until it was brought to my attention today. So Salakia to any brothers, anybody who came across that and, it looked like I was maybe trying to say like, some, like trying to say like I was the Lord or something. So because that can what it could come off to be. So I just wanted to, just say Salakia for anybody who got the wrong, intention when I, put that on there. That I did that I first started. So I'm just putting that out there to say Salakia for that, for any brothers who seen that and was like, wondering why I put that there. But I did go and change it. It's just. So I just want to make sure I mention that. And when those kind of stuff happen, you really want to take that stuff and move on it quick, because the Lord uses men to come to you for reasons, to tell you stuff like that, so you can get right with the Lord, even if it is something that you didn't mean. Like we that's one thing about GMS. That's the one thing that made me strive to want to get into the brotherhood, because GMS is very precise and punctual about everything they do. Like everything we do is like that real precise. You gotta want to be real precise about everything you do. So I just wanted to mention that, Salakia, if any of you Akia, you brothers out there, who seen that and I gave off the wrong impression. So that wasn't intentionally what I was trying to do. I just thought it was just the names there, so Salakia. But going back to the lesson, the title is there are those who fight to catch up and those who fight to overtake. And really going into, really Esau eating the so-called white man and, Jake, there's two different types of seed lines fighting. And Esau Edom is, ultimately he's fighting to catch up with his mistakes. He's trying to fix his mistakes, but we're fighting overtake them. You know, we're fighting to overtake our mistakes with the blood of Yahawah, Yahawashi. You know, they're trying to fight in the means of trying to cover their stuff up. You know, we have been, you know, Israel. We're a nation of people who are beholding the righteousness of the Most High. You know, because we sinned against the Lord, and we're coming back. You know, to, you know, plead for forgiveness. You know, and ask for, you know, salvation in these latter days, and these days that is coming ahead of us. And you know, so there's two different types of fighters, you know, and you can't, you know, that's what everybody's fighting for. They're fighting for something, and you can't halfway fight for something. You know, it's got to be one or the other. And we see Esau, even the so-called white man, he's about to come down, man. He's about to come down hard on Jake, you know, and we're fighting to overcome our sins, to, you know, to have them blotted out, you know, by Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. So we're going to get into this lesson, Lord wants to edify to the flock. I'm going to get into this first passage. Let me grab something real fast. I left my notebook in there. I got some scriptures I jotted down. All right. Shalom to everybody tuning in. Yahawah Shem outside about Summer Qadash, Barak, Atham, and on after. And, you know, we're just going to get into some various end time topics, you know, going to these end time prophecies. So something happened in Texas, and we're going to go into some precepts about it. So let me press this. Let me do this.
This prescription GLP-1 weight management program with Atham.
All right, yeah.
You can lose as much as 35 pounds.
Okay, here we go.
Lots of people nowadays have security cameras as doorbells and around homes today, but one person we met saw this on her doorbell camera. Somebody in that mask holding a sign with a Bible verse on it. Our Aaron Jones hearing from the Carrollton homeowner tonight, who has one very simple question. Why?
The Ring camera video has left her visibly shaken.
I'm scared to leave the house. I'm scared to be at the house.
Understandably, this Carrollton homeowner does not want to show her face, but tells us about what happened in her neighborhood near West Hebron Parkway in 121 last Saturday around 8 p.m.
My husband and I had gone out to dinner, and then we had stopped off at the store to pick up a Powerball ticket. And I was waiting in the car for him, and my Ring notification went off.
She says she saw a masked person in her driveway. The person walked through the side yard to her front door.
Person popped up on the video with that goat's mask on.
You can tell it looked like an Edomite, man, who was doing this. And just like I was saying earlier, the Lord be making everybody do stuff, man. So, you know, more than likely, this individual who's got this this mask on, you know, trying to make himself perceive as this is what the devil look like, or, you know, whatever he's trying to do. But, you know, a lot of people don't understand really what these scriptures are saying. So we're going to go into these scriptures. We're going to go into this chapter. We're going to, you know, point out some stuff, go into the scriptures. So let me get to it. You know, you're going to have a lot of bug outs, you know, coming out here and just doing whatever, man. That's why we blessed to have leadership, because we ain't going to just do whatever over here. We're going to make sure that, you know, when something is addressed to us, we handle that shit quickly. We don't be waiting no time on it. We act quickly, and that is, you know, that is the, you know, the methods of GMS, man. Soon as something is addressed to us, we move on it. We don't be on some, well, I'll do it later. That's, you know, that's just not the way we are. We're fighters. And, you know, just like if you in a boxing match, if you wait too long to block or duck your head, you're going to get punched, you know, and we're in a fight, for our heritage right now. So all that stuff has to be done quickly. So going into Revelation chapter 20, we're going to deal with a couple of things, pull up some precepts and move on. It says, Satan bound. And I saw an angel come down from heaven having the key of the bottomless pit, right? And a great chain in his hand, right? And this angel that came down from heaven having this key, this is ultimately Yahawashi. He has these keys. He has the means to be able to put powers on the earth and take them off the earth. And, we're going to go over here, pull this up real quick. Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 7. I'm going to point out a couple things. So Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 7. And it reads, for the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let. See, the Lord allowed them to take over and do these demonic things in the earth for a time being until he be taken out of the way. This is talking about Esau eating the so-called white man, and basically since the beginning of the Herodian dynasty, it's basically started the process of what we see today and what we are fighting to get out of, through faith. And, going back, well, we can read a couple more. Verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, right? And that's what's happening right now. Esau, even the so-called white man, is being revealed as the wicked, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, which is the men. We're the ones who he's using to consume, this place and judge it, okay, and condemn it. That's how this place is being consumed with this truth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, right? Because the missiles is going to hit here. Verse 9, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power, signs, and lying wonders. And this is what we're about to see. We got, Trump, who we believe is Emperor Nero. And, Apostle Tahar, he was also saying that it could be as well as Julius Caesar as well reincarnated. It could be one of the two. Because when you go into the 12 feathers, it talks about, Julius Caesar actually came back in the reincarnation as another one of those feathers. But that's a pretty deep breakdown. When you go into it, it's the 12 feathers of Rome. Is talking about the old Roman Empire, the 12, Caesars. Okay. And this is one of these Caesars coming back. And the way that he is doing things is the same way that Nero did things back in that day, of course, reincarnation is something that, if you don't apply that to the scriptures, then it doesn't make sense. It has to be applied. So we're going to point out some things to prove that, and we're going to go right here. And it's that Second Thessalonians 2, verse 9, we're going to pull up another blue letter and we're going to look up a word. So Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 9, right? And we're going to look up that word coming. Who's coming is after the working of Satan. I think how you say it is parousia. We're going to click on it though. Or parousia, probably how you say it. We're going to see.
Strong's G 3952. Parousia.
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 Right? It says presence, the coming, arrival, advent. And that's really what we're dealing with, right? The coming, right? Presence, you know? So really when you go into that, you know, this is how you know that, you know, this is tied into, you know, things in the Old Testament showing that Esau Edom was going to come and do the bidding of Satan. That is who the demon, and you know, that's who the spiritual demon Satan works through, is the Edomites, so-called white people. That's why when you know, in the Job, the second chapter, the Lord asked Satan, he said, where have you been? He said, up to, fro, down into the earth. Because why? Because he was Esau Edom. They were conquering the earth and walking through the earth, doing what? The bidding of Satan. Okay. So, you know, you got a lot of people who look at this scripture as this. It's like Satan actually getting barred up in some chains or something. No, because Satan is just a spiritual demon. And the physical counterpart of that is Esau, even the so-called white man. They're here to do the bidding for him, okay, in the flesh. So, you know, we'll read verse 10. I don't want to stop at a comma. Let me go back. And you know what? Hold on. Let me look up that root word. Let's see what that says.
Strong's G 3918. Parami.
Parami,
Parami.
right? To be by, be at hand, to have arrived, to be present, be ready in store at command. See, this is how we know the Lord is commanding them to do this. You know, and a lot of people don't have understanding of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, and how, you know, he is the one, they call him the Lord of hosts. He controls all the armies. So everything that we seeing here right now is the works of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. That's how we know Jacob's trouble is going to be like no other time. You know? So as we go, you know, as we go on, we're going to go over here to show you right here when you go back to Revelation. Just want to make a point. It says, and I saw an angel come down from heaven having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand, right? So we're going to go over here and, you know, point out in the Old Testament, it spoke of the Lord setting up this nation. Psalms chapter 75, verse 5. And it reads, lift not up your horn on high, speak not with a stiff neck, right? Which means like you can't take reproof. Something happened to you, you got to take that reproof as joyful, because if a brother, you know, if a brother comes to you and they tell you something that you need to change, then that's showing that the Lord is dealing with you. And you know, you got to take that cheerfully. And you know, it says, you know, chastisement doesn't, you know, it seems grievous at the time, but we have the knowledge to know that without that chastisement, we can't be considered as men of the Lord. You know, so we're blessed to have, you know, leaders, you know, who are leading us in a position to make sure that we come correct to Yahawah and Yahawashi and everything we do. So it says, speak not with a stiff neck. And then when you, this word horn, it's you know, similar to power. You know, that's what it means. Like, don't lift up your power. You know, we're not here to act like we have any kind of power. We got power through Yahawah and Yahawashi. Our power is faith. You know, verse 6, for promotion, right? Something that is to come about cometh neither from the east nor the west nor from the south. So these kingdoms, they don't set themselves up. They're set up by the Lord. Verse 7, but the Most High is the judge. He putteth one down and setteth up another. And so when you go into the book of Daniel, and it talks in the second chapter, it talks about how the statue was built And there was a little horn that will come out of that. That's talking about America, Babylon the Great, that he broke down, old Rome and divided it and recreated it. Okay, the Lord did that. Okay, and this is the place that he created to destroy. Okay, and that was what he prophesied that he would do, and had King David write that stuff, man. Okay, and he's setting this place up right now to fulfill prophecy. Nations don't set themselves up, and we know this one. We're going to go to it. Daniel chapter 4, verse 17. We go over it all the time. Daniel chapter 4, verse 17. And it reads, this matter is by the decree of the watchers. Who are the watchers? The prophets. And demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. See, so he sets up everything and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and set it up over at the basis of men. And another place that this it connects to, when you go to Genesis, I believe it's 3:16. No, 17. No, 15. Genesis 3:15. Oh, no, 14. That's going into something else. We ain't going to break that down right now. We're going to go into 14 and show you that this basis of men, it basically meant to be carnal minded, okay, not to have the spirit on you. And that's why when you go into Revelation and talk about the dragon, that old serpent, right, that's talking about Esau, Edom, okay, the seed line of Cain, okay, that's what that's talking about. So Genesis 3:14, and the Lord, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, said unto the serpent, right? And when you look up that word serpent, it means to practice divination, soothsaying, sorcery, those kind of things. And that's what they're doing, lying in great wonders. Okay, that's why I said dragging that old serpent. This is the same seed line of people who the Lord set down here to do the bidding of Satan. Okay, it's the actual people. So the Lord said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, right? Because he deceived Eve and whatnot, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust thou shalt eat all the days of thy life, which means what? Carnal minded. That's what it's talking about. Okay. And that's why we know that this is talking about Esau, Edom right now, who's the basis of men, because they rule everything right now. Through what? Carnal means. The bidding of Satan. Okay. And he even the Lord, he even mentioned them as natural brute beasts. Okay. This is 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 12. And it reads, but these as natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed, right? That's what he made them for, to be taken and destroyed. Speak evil of the things they understand not. Why? Because they're carnal minded. They can't understand the spirit, okay, that wasn't given to them. Okay, that's why they took this Bible and they did all this stuff to it. Okay, they wanted to try to make their own way up, and then you got these Edomites walking up on random doors with these bullhorn, red-looking Baphomet mask on and holding the scripture out, don't even know what it's talking about. It's really talking about his ass. He don't even know. And shall utterly perish in their own corruption. You see? That's what's going to happen, man. Okay? So we're gonna go back, right? So it says, and I saw an angel come down from heaven having the key, Revelation 20, verse 1, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand, right? And chain is it's similar, and it's conjunct. I don't want to say it too big of a word. It's basically it pairs with slavery, bondage. Okay.
Strong's G 254. Halusis.
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 Thayer's lexicon.
Okay.
Alucis.
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 There's a chain, bond by which the body or any part of a hand's feet is bound. Fetter. See, it goes into like a chain, bonds, chain, right? Slavery. Okay, so this is not talking about, you know, somewhere in the heavens. This is on earth. This is talking about. Okay, these chains. Okay, and to show that this connects with the Old Testament, you know, we're gonna go in the book of Job. But first, I want to go into even like yesterday. I was talking. It said in when we was going in the second Esdras, the 5th chapter, around the 24th verse, it talked about the Lord chose one lily, and it talked about above that it talked about the pit. So the pit is talking about a place on earth, okay, and that place that Esau was bound to, where it says Satan was bound there, okay, it was Esau, Edom, and them going into the caves, man, and being barred in these chains in the caves, you know, in a specific time, and you know, and we're gonna look it up. We go over it all the time. So we're gonna go this word key. Okay, we're gonna look this up. Right, having the key of the bottomless pit.
Strong's G 2807. Kleis.
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 Kleis. It says, since the keeper of the keys has power to open and shut, right? So the Lord has the power to bring a nation in and bring them out. And he said he was going to destroy Babylon. But a lot of people, you know, he said he's going to destroy America, Babylon the Great. But a lot of people think that he's talking about old Babylon. But old Babylon never got burned by fire. So it can't be talking about old Babylon. Okay? It said Babylon will be as Sodom and Gomorrah. That's got to be talking about a whole nother place because they didn't get burned on fire. Babylon was taken over by the Medes and the Persians. So we know that this is the Barak of Babylon the Great is a whole nother Babylon because you got 3 different types of Babylons in the Bible. Okay, you got the Nimrod, time of Nimrod. Okay, the Tower of Babel. Then you got the Neo-Babylonian Empire. Okay, which is the Babylonian Empire that fell by the Medo and the Persians. And then you got America, Babylon the Great. That's 3 different Babylons. You know what I'm saying? So we know this is talking about a whole nother Babylon that we're dealing with. So going into it, and a great chain in his hand, right? Talking about bondage, and he laid hold on the dragon, and the dragon goes into the Roman Empire. That's what it's talking about. When you look up the word draconian laws, draconian, it means harsh laws. And what do you think Trump just did? He just passed 200 executive orders of what? Harsh laws. Okay? See? The dragon, that old serpent, right? Because that's where they were at. They were in the garden, you know, and they got punished to be what? The basis of men, to do the bidding of Satan. It was a group of men on the earth that was going to do this, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. That 1,000 years is called the Byzantine Empire. Right after the fall of Rome, basically. Let me spell it right. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the and they also call it the Dark Ages. Okay, the Byzantine Empire, sometimes referred to as the Eastern Roman Empire, was a continuation of the Roman Empire in the East during late antiquity and Middle Ages, and the capital city was Constantinople. Right, Constantine was a Jake. Okay, modern Istanbul, originally found as Byzantium. Okay, that's going into when he was put in the pit. We were ruling Rome, and we were emperors and ruling the earth on in the East for 1,000 years. You know, you could say maybe around 1,000 to 1,100 years, somewhere around there. Okay. And to show that, you know, he was in the pit, was in the caves. Job chapter 30. Starting at verse 3. And it reads, and let's you know, go to 1. It says, right, this is Job speaking, but now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. I'm going to get to the point. Verse 3, for want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness, in former time desolate and waste, right? Because the Roman Empire fell. Who cut up mallows by the bushes and japna roots for the meat. And they were driven forth among men. They cried after them as after a thief, and dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks. Among bushes they brayed, on the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools, yea, children of what? Base men. They were viler than the earth. This is talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. That's what this is talking about. Okay? That's where you get that term Caucasian from. Caveman, cave dweller. Okay? That's where you get this from. Okay? That's what it's talking about. Bound 1,000 years, okay, in the caves, right? And cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up, right? And set a seal upon him that he should deceive the nations no more, right? Till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, right? Right after the Byzantine Empire. And after that, he must be loosed a little season. We're at the end of that little season of him coming out and putting Jesus Christ all over the place and so-called white people on the Bible everywhere. Okay? That's where we're at right now. That's where we're at. You know? So he got loose a little season. He's out here. Now, this is what's coming up. This ain't came to pass yet. This is another 1,000 years. This is a different 1,000 years. And I saw the throne, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahawashi and the word of the Most High. Right? That's coming up now. Why you think Trump said, what did you say? He gonna have guillotines out here for Jake. Okay? That's how we know that this is coming up. Because, you know, it wasn't no time where a whole bunch of us just got beheaded for the word of the Most High. Okay? And which had not worshipped the beast, which is what? NATO and the EU. That's what that's talking about. That beast system that would later be what? Tied in with Babylon the Great. Okay? Neither his image, right? Neither had received his mark. The M-A-R-K, the mark of the beast, was not something that was in that time. And, you know, they branded people in that day, but that wasn't the mark of the beast. It said that it was going to be something that was an incision. Okay, whether you could buy or sell. Back then, they would brand you, but that was just, you were just property. You were cattle. You didn't need that to buy or sell. So that's how we know this is talking about future. In the future, this is coming. Right? Neither received his mark upon their foreheads, right? The Nero link from Elon Musk. Okay. And then you got the chip, the Nero, the RFDI chip you put in your right hand to your forehead, right? And lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years. So these men who reign with the Mashiach, which talking about Yahawashi, they say Christ, you know, 1,000 years, right? That's talking about 1,000 years of slavery. Okay. For all the things that was done here to the Israelites. That's what that's talking about. Okay. And it says, but the rest of the dead live not again until the 1,000 years were finished. This is the first resurrection. So that first, where it talks about the rest of the dead live not again, that's talking about the heathens. They're not going to be like living comfortable and shit. They're going to be in slavery for that 1,000 years. You know? And, you know, I remember Preacher R saying that it's not going to take a whole 1,000 years for the kingdom to be built, but they're going to be, you know, in a state of slavery for that 1,000 years. And then they'll be good. You know, they'll get to live in peace like us, but they ain't going to be immortal. You know, this is the first resurrection. This is what we're trying to get. This is what we're fighting for. This is what we're trying to be at. That first resurrection, right? Blessed and holy is he that have part in the first resurrection, talking about the elect. On such the second death have no power, but they shall be priests of the Most High of a Mashiach, talking about Yahawashi, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. That's talking about those 144,000 elect men. And then you got the honorable multitude, which is men, women, and children who are going to be able to, you know, inhabit the land, you know, under that government, you know, at that time. And then you got the 2/3 that are going to be what? They're going to be they're going to be having babies, and they're going to come out during that time as well. Okay? That's the 2/3. And, you know, whatever wicked Israelites is scattered, you know? So I wanted to go into that. You know, I got a little bit more I want to kind of go. I'll probably do another separate video going into Satan free, doomed, and the judgment at the throne of the Most High. I'll go into that another day. But I wanted to go into those first 6, you know, that he talked about, and then we'll go into the other ones, you know, Rawchaa tomorrow if the Spirit allows. But, you know, that's the time that we're in right now, him finishing that little season. And while that's happening, they really trust in Trump. They really trust that he's going to bring some type of help to this place. But as you read down the rest of Revelation, this place is not going to be spared. It's going to be destroyed. It says Trump, friend of informal faith advisor, says the Most High is giving America another chance. No, he's not, because it said he sets up kingdoms, and he said these are brute beasts to be taken and destroyed. They're not going to come out with no second chance. They're not getting a second chance. And this is how we know they're about to come down with great wrath. It said Trump wants a paramilitary arm for his war with half America. What is a paramilitary arm? What is a let's look it up. I'm going to look it up. A paramilitary arm. It says paramilitary forces, defense, security, cooperation agency, forces or groups which are distinct from the regular armed forces of any country, but resemble them in organization, equipment, training, or mission. So he wants a whole separate army just to do what? Come against other people in Babylon. Okay? President, this is Civil War coming up. President Donald Trump views himself as a wartime president, according to a new article in the Bulwark. But this enemy isn't a rogue state. It's the American people themselves. Okay? You know, you can go down, you know, if you want to read more, but that's just making a point that he's about to instill war in this place and in the Middle East. He's going to start civil war here and World War III. Okay? That is what he's set there for. And they even had, let me see if I can find it. It's a game they 1990s. Of course, they had that one. We already know about that one, but it's another one right here. Charismatic leader. Okay. And that's talking about Trump. Okay. It said The power for one fanatic group is increased to 6. Okay. No player may have more than one charismatic leader in play. Okay. Hold on real quick. Oh shit. 1 second. Oh. All right, continuing. Ooh. As I was saying, you know, so going back to what he was saying, right? He want to start a war. So to do that, he's going to need AI. And, you know, of course, this has been real big in the Brotherhood going around. Stargate is not a real thing, but sadly not a portal to an alien planet. A bunch of tech companies plan to spend $500 billion building AI data centers. Now, there was a movie that was called Ready Player One that I mentioned, you know, back in the day or whatever, you know, maybe close to half a year ago, right? And in this movie, the guy who owns this video game like Utopia that the whole world plays, he like sets up these little Easter eggs, and whoever finds them gets the whole company. And that company was worth $500 billion. And what was his company? It was all AI. So this, even like the movies and stuff, it shows you like what they're wanting, okay, what they're looking for, you know, on this side. And this is how we know they're about to come down with great wrath, you know. And when they say they're about to invest, they probably already invested and got it set up, man. More than likely. So we're going to go into some precepts. We'll go back to that in a second. I want to handle this first. Let me pause this real quick, though, because you know it's going to pop up whenever you click on it. Sometimes it'll just start playing. My computer be going slow.
This is the nation's
Okay. So this is Isaiah. Chapter 59, verse 19. And it reads, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, right? Why are they fearing the name of the Lord from the west? Because they know that Yahawashi comes from the east, okay? And they know this is where the prophecy came from. So everybody in the west, you know, the military of Esau, Edom, they are afraid of this doctrine because they know that what? The missiles is coming from the east. Yahawashi is coming from the east. They know these things. Just like when you look up that word in Revelation chapter 12, verse 12, where it says he knoweth that he had but a short time, when it say you're going to come down with great wrath because he know if he have a short time. We look up that word know, if it says to see it, to actually see it, because they're not carnal, or they're not spiritual, so they're carnal. They have to actually see stuff to know that he's coming. So the Lord's been showing Esau a bunch of shit. That's sort of like, damn, we got to set this shit up and move now, okay? Because they've been showing him a lot of shit. You know, the Lord's been showing him a whole bunch of stuff. So he's like, damn, we got to get going, you know? And this glory from the rising of the sun, talking about them missiles, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, right? What's that talking about? Them coming in with all them AI robots and military power. That's what it's talking about. They're going to rush us. They're going to try to come in with all them AI Esau Edom robots. Okay, the spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him, which is talking about what? The heavy chariot firepower, turn to mortal and beaming the fuck out of shit, and then missiles hitting everything. Okay, that's the standard. You know, Esau, Edom getting jacked up. Those are three standards that the Lord's going to set. The men of the Lord, those 144,000 leg men, the chariot fire, the so-called UFOs, and the missiles. Okay, that's the standard that he's going to set up. So we go right here. It says, wake up, MAGA or whatever. Trump announces plan for personalized mRNA gene editing, juice boxes to cure cancer. So what they really want to do is what? They want to tap into our DNA because they're trying to do what? They're trying to gain the Qadash, but they don't know how to gain the spirit because they're not the spirit. So they're trying to figure out a way to make their genes compatible with ours. So that's what they're trying to do with 2/3 of Jake. They're trying to get them to test them on this shit to try to see if they can get, you know what I mean, the Qadash in them. Okay? They're trying to see if AI can help them get this spirit so they can get out of here. Okay? That's why they calling shit Stargate and shit. They're trying to go through a portal and get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're really trying to do. That's why you got CERN, all that stuff set up. You know? And we just gonna go with a simple one. You know, we almost done. We just gonna go with a simple precept. As always, we ain't got to get super deep. We already kind of got deep with the Revelation 20 breakdown. Because for us, that's not really that deep to us, you know, the hopeful elect, because we've heard it so many times. But for somebody new, they'll be like, what the heck? Like, they'll be like, oh, damn. Like, would have never known. That's how we were when we came with you. We was like, oh, yeah, never known that. This Ecclesiasticus, the book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. And that's how it is. Like, you don't never want to trust Esau, even so-called white men. Okay? They're going to betray you. Okay? Don't take no juice boxes or none of that. So we're going to go into a whole lot of people that the Lord put to death over the last couple of days. Horror images as fire kills at least 66 people and leaves 51 injured after blaze rips through ski resort hotel. You know, judgment from the Lord. At least 80 people killed in Northeast Colombia as peace talks fail. More judgment from the Lord, you know. And that's just from what they can count. It usually be more than that. Right here, more than 70 killed, dozens injured in Nigeria fuel tanker explosion. All judgments from Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. This is Deuteronomy 32:9. And it reads, for the Lord's portion is his, oh wait, no, it's not that one. It's hold on. Hold on. It's a simple one for us, for the hopeful elect. Deuteronomy 32:39. And it reads, see now that I am he, there is no God with me. I kill and make alive, I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. That's why we always, you know, we're very circumspect, especially when somebody else is telling us something. We know that's coming from the Lord every time. Even when it comes from Esau, Edom, it's the Lord testing us to see if we're not going to lose our integrity. You know? And them devils are some devils, man. They really finna come and try to get us. Like, there is one of the elders, he had a dream. I think it's just maybe a brother. I'm not sure if he's an elder or not. But he's definitely been in the truth longer than me. But he had a dream of it's a brother in Dallas. And he had a dream of Elon Musk looking through him through this little peephole, and they had his ass hanging up upside down, okay, somewhere underground and shit, okay, and they had made him put a blindfold over their face whenever they ate, and if the blindfold fell, they would be like, put that blindfold back over your head. And then, you know, Elon Musk opened that little shaft. He opened that shaft to see Elon Musk, and he was like, you had enough? That's the kind of stuff that our elders and apostles and brothers that's been in the truth longer than us, a lot of them is going to go through that kind of stuff. You know? That's why they have a lot more, a lot more responsibility than us, because they have to go through some real shit for Israel, man. And, even us younger brothers, you never know, we might face something like that. So that's why, be real quick to make corrections whenever they tell you. Don't be on some just they telling you twice and shit, even if it's something small. Because if you do that, then, that's putting your life in danger. Because they're there to tell us how to fix ourselves. We don't know how to fix ourselves. Whatever we tried to do got us in the position that we in right now. Fucked off out here, in trouble. So we trying to get the apostles and the elders to tell us what to do right now. Because that's what's going to get us out of here. And we ain't saying that we robots or whatever, but, you live your life. But whenever you get a command, you got to do that. So we got over here, this actually happened in January 7th. It was 2 weeks ago, but I want to talk about it anyways. Saudi Arabia is sinking and turning into an ocean. Massive floods drown half of Mecca and Jeddah. And Jeddah, right? So the Lord's getting rid of all of these, false, all these places with these false religions and stuff, man. The Lord's starting to get rid of this stuff, man.
Saudi Arabia, January 7th, 2025. On Monday, heavy rain fell on most parts of the Mecca and Medina regions, especially Jeddah City and other areas of the Governorate. Many roads and squares flooded with rainwater, affecting the smooth flow of traffic on highways and streets in the cities of Mecca, Jeddah, and Medina. Moderate to heavy rains experienced in some other regions of the kingdom, according to the report of the Ministry of Environment, Water and Agriculture. Al-Shafiyah in Badr Governorate in the Medina region recorded the highest rainfall rate, 49.2 millimeters, while Al-Basatin district in Jeddah City recorded the second highest rainfall, 38 millimeters. The Environment Agency under the ministry said that areas in the Medina region recorded the highest amounts of rain. The central Haram area at the Prophet's Mosque in Medina was recorded at 36.1 millimeters, the Al Masjid in Badr at 33.6 millimeters, the Quba Mosque at 28.4 millimeters, Sultana neighborhood at 26.8 millimeters, and each of Al Suwaydriyat and Badr 23.0 millimeters. According to the report of the ministry, the regions of Mecca, Medina, Qasim, Tabuk, northern borders, and Al-Juf are receiving rain and will continue to receive during the period from 9 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, January 5th, until 9 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday, January 7th.
So that's, that's judgment from Bahasham, Yahawashi, man. And the Antichrist, the so-called Christians in the church, they'll tell you Satan did that. Nah, the Lord did that. And even if he made Esau Edom use his weather machines, the Lord did that because he set them up to do the bidding of Satan. The Psalms chapter 1, verse 27, it reads, when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you. Right? Like that whirlwind, talking about them hurricanes and stuff. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer, and they shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. And that's the kind of spirit that Jake gonna be in if you don't follow orders, man. That's the kind of spirit Jake's gonna be in, man. Because when shit start getting washed away and Esau come out here with this stuff, man, the one thing that we know that, you know, the only way that we knew that was coming is through the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, man. That's why it's real serious to make sure that we in good standing with them at all times. You know what I'm saying? You know, to make sure, you know, we doing stuff right. And, you know, you go mess up and stuff, we go make mistakes, but we got to try to make it less and less as we go by. Because the Lord is, you know, he's full of pitiful mercy, but this is not his time to be. He's been showing mercy to everybody. He even showed mercy to the wicked. He let them rule wickedly over us all these years. The Lord's finna stop handing out mercy just to anybody, man. He's only going to give it to the elect, you know. And the elect, they do stuff as soon as it's said, whatever it is. They tell us to drop down the ground. I'm not saying they're going to do this, but they tell us to drop down the ground and roll over and, you know, do 20 push-ups. We're going to do it over here. That's how we is with GMS. And I'm not saying that they be doing that. I'm just making a point. Like, it's got to be instantly, you know, act upon when you told something. As soon as you see it. So this is something else coming out here, more pestilence. It says antibiotic resistant infections on the rise. So even we having stuff to now where, you know, not even antibiotics is curing, you know, these new diseases that the Lord is putting out here. And more than likely, Esau got it somewhere in the lab, and the Lord's telling them to release it out here. Because that's what he said. He said he would scatter us across the four corners of the earth. He would send a sword after us. That's Esau's job, you know. But at the same time, they talking about the Lord giving America, Babylon the Great, a second chance. No, he's not giving them a second chance. You're not getting no second chance. See, prophecy against Babylon. That's talking about here. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 9, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon and assemblies of great nations from the north country. Right? And they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Her arrows shall be as a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. You know? That's the missiles coming over here. This is the lake of fire. America, Babylon the Great. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. You know, Lord willing. Let me get this real quick and then we're going to close out. We're going to go over one chapter. I want to look up a word and then we're going to get out of here. So it says Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 8, 51, verse 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Right, it's gonna be suddenly taken, and Jake gonna be trying to call out for the Lord. Too late, man. 2/3 of our people gonna try to call out to the Lord. Too late, man. Over here, and they're gonna get burned up in this shit, man. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her and take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. And you can notice it's talking about America, Babylon the Great right here. It said it had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, and we know this is just talking about all the riches that she has, but you can even look at it as something that is compatible with the Statue of Liberty and the cup that she has with the fire in it. You know, there's all different types of spiritual and physical symbolism for you to show this is America, Babylon the Great is what it's talking about. Okay. You know, in the cup's hand that made, let's start right here, 7. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that have made all the earth drunken, right? All the earth. In old Babylon, they wasn't even over here yet. We know this is not talking about the Neo-Babylonian Empire. This is talking about this Babylon. And the nations have drunken of her wine, right? Talking about her philosophies, the doctrines here, the American dream. Therefore, the nations are mad, right? Then went crazy fucking around with this place, fucking with that Babylon juice, fucking with that juice box. Verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her and take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. And that's kind of, that's kind of tying in with that article talking about they ain't got no antibiotics to cure a lot of these diseases that's coming out. And that's how Yahawashi is going to do for Babylon. He's not going to let them have no antibiotics to cure this place. And their antibiotic this time is Trump. And they think Trump is going to heal this place. It's not going to happen. Trump came here to initiate World War III and Civil War. That's what he came here to do. He didn't come here to fix Babylon. He came here to pull the plug on this bitch, to pull the damn button. Okay? And that's what they're going to try to do. They're going to try to use their merchandise to heal this place. That's what it's saying.
Strong's H, 6875.
Sorry. Right? As merchandise, as medicine. That's what they're going to do. They're going to try to use, AI and Elon Musk and Trump as, this way of healing this place. This is their bomb they're trying to do to heal this place. And they think it's going to get a second chance. It's not going to happen, man. So we're going to read Ox verses, and then we're going to get out of here. This is Proverbs chapter 21, verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. And that's what he's about to do. He's about to make Trump start off this war, man, so we can go home. Because that's all we got next is World War III, MOTB, famine of the word. That's all we got. Famine of the word, MOTB, World War III, Jacob's trouble. Missiles blowing this bitch up. That's where we're at. This is Hosea chapter 4, verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, for the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land. And what's the point of him writing this if, there's churches everywhere? If there's churches everywhere, because it would make this is how you know that there's the truth of Yahawashi is not in the land, except through the prophets. But this is how you know that it's not through them, because they put churches all over the damn place. If they had the knowledge of the Most High, he wouldn't be saying this. This is how we know that these churches, the Lord ain't dealing with them. This is 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 11 and 12. And they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood it not, but despised it, the same must know it after death by pain. And that's what's coming, man. That's what's coming. That death by pain, man. Some people going to starve to death. Some people going to die with the sword. They say it's better you die with the sword than you die by hunger. But either way, you don't want to deal with Yahawashi, because he can make you go through a whole bunch of stuff and then kill you. So, and that's what they don't understand about the Lord. He like killing. He like putting people to death, man. Those are his methods. The issues of death belong to him. Now, I got one more little video. We ain't going to even go into it, but we're going to show you how live they finna get with this shit. And they're trying to make it enticing. Okay, about this AI shit. Okay, MOTB. Watch this, and we're going to close out.
Ask me how I know I'm in hell right now. There's a driverless damn car, nobody in the car, with a billboard that says, humans are so 2023. Hire an AI. This is a real life billboard in San Francisco, California.
See, that's in Cali. Just for everything caught on fire and they burned everything down. Okay. What's that? Artisan.co. Let's look it up real quick. See what they talking about. This what they talking about, man. Right here. Automate your Autobahn with all-in-one AI-first platform powered by AI employees. Equip your team with the best in-class outbound tool for your AI BDR Ava, who automates your entire out-of-bound workflow. They finna try to get it where AI is doing everything. Okay? They wanted to where this thing is doing everything for you. And they're setting up everything right now. And they're setting up all the data centers so all this shit can run right. Okay? They're already posting billboards and stuff because they already got all this shit set up. They just haven't launched it yet. So that's it. Lord willing, is edifying to the flock. You know, and Lord willing, man, we wake it up out of here, man. So shalom to elect Israel, hope elect Israel, Hebrew Israelites. So-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, Haitians, foreign Israelites, like the other nations, scattered across four corners of the earth. Want to give all praise to Barak, the Yahawashi. Got to give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honors to those and apostles, great millstone, led us out to this truth. Been ordained by the Lord, teach the flock how to live, repent, pray fast, show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all, so part of the elect to the hopeful elect. Lord, when we part of that number, Lord, when it's be edifying those who fear in the name of the Lord, striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. Lord, when it's edifying to the block, to the flock, peace and blessing to the elect. And amen. Hey, wow, abab, man. We want to overtake this place with this doctrine so the Lord can overtake this place by fire. Kwam Yasharallah, Shalom.